Hey everyone, and welcome to the CryptoAdvance channel. Today we'll be talking about SpookySwap, the first native farm and exchange on Fantom. So what is Fantom? Fantom is a highly scalable blockchain platform for DeFi, crypto decentralized apps, and enterprise application. One platform, endless solutions. They focus on speed, security, and scalability. They have almost instant transfers. They're just a secure network, highly scalable, and compatible with Ethereum. So let's go back to SpookySwap and talk a little bit about this project. So I think, first of all, I want to say that I think it's awesome that they're the first uh, ones to do this on Fantom. So it's to get a lot of eyes on their platform. And I think it's just bodes well for Fantom and SpookySwap in general to have this great partnership. So I think one thing about this before I go into the specifics is they have this awesome documentation center that just lays out essentially everything. So if you actually go over here, they introduce what SpookySwap is, and they teach you all about their products, but they also just teach you about things in crypto in general. And I think that is just awesome, whether you're new or you've been in the crypto space for a long time. So SpookySwap is automated market making decentralized exchange on the Fantom network. They've done a lot of stuff as of April 2021. It's May, but they've done a lot in just a short amount of time. Official endorsement, support from Foundation, inspired community fan art and NFTs, revamped the UX, and maintained the lowest swap fee of 0.2% and the most diverse farms on the Fantom network. So let's dig a little bit into what's going on with them, and let's look at the roadmap. So this kind of lays out, and I like how they do this, is if they have a little ghost icon, means that the team is currently working on it. And the star means bonuses that, hey, this wasn't what they were initially planning, but it's awesome that they were able to gain some traction and, things just happen. So again, phase one, which they've passed, swaps, liquidity supplying, initial UX design. Phase 1.5, LP farms, single staking, applied for audits. So these are some stars that you see where it's, they weren't expecting this, but they received guidance and grant from the Fantom Foundation, which was an awesome bonus. Inspired fan art in the NFT community. So if you haven't heard of NFTs, they're obviously the new craze, digital assets. And it's just great that they're, like I said, the brand of SpookySwap. They're going with a spooky ghost Halloween type vibe, which I think is awesome and unique. And that definitely inspired the community to make some awesome fan art. So in phase two, they're working on a bunch of different things, fully featured decks. They're still working the full audit. They're still working on Snapshot to facilitate early spooky governance. But they've done stuff like they've had a spooky art contest, an airdrop event. So it's just great to see all the things that they've done in such a short amount of time. So let's just jump right into the actual product itself. And I might be swapping back, no pun intended, between the website and the documentation, just because I think the documentation is awesome. But so swap. So if you're familiar with anything like PancakeSwap, Uniswap, this is where you take a token, you swap it for something else, and you could obviously set the slippage here. And if you want to learn more about the process, you can go to their documentation. So it says here you could use MetaMask. You have to connect your wallet, select what you want, make sure you're selecting the right tokens you want to do, and then swap. Again, always make sure that when you're swapping to make sure that you select the correct token and make sure you're swapping for the right token. I think that's, key to make sure you don't make mistakes, in the process. But again, you can learn more about here in the documentation to see what, the specific details if you're new to swapping. Okay, let's go to the liquidity. So if you go over here, you go to liquidity, and they have this cool concept. And again, they're bringing in the spooky aspect of it, where you add supply, and then they also have like my potions. So kind of the theme is still present there. But if you go up to the liquidity section, they say liquidity allows a contributor to earn 0.2% swapping fees from the pair you've provided. So you're adding multiple, in this case, two to the ingredient A, ingredient B, and to liquidity pool. And I think that's an interesting concept. So when you provide liquidity, you will receive SPLP tokens, Spooky Liquidity Provider tokens, as a proof of contribution. For example, if a user provided BOO and FTM into a pool, they would receive BOO-FTM SPLP tokens. These tokens represent a proportional share of the pooled assets. So cool. And they said they have 18 plus pairs for you to stake, and the most I've ever farmed on the Fantom chain. So again, you can learn more about this, how pool accrues value from fees, how to add liquidity, etc. They have this great walkthrough guide that you can see if you want to go step by step in that. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the liquidity farm. And like I said, if you want to see specifically what those pairs are, you could check them out here. And they have an awesome graph that shows, who they're working with. So I think that's awesome. They also have the concept of the single stake farm. So they're essentially, it's where you only need to stake one specific token. There's no token making required for this. So it's a little bit easier process. So again, feel free to look here, but they have awesome free guys questions where they say there's no fees for staking. They're talking about how you can earn Boo, etc. So I think it's awesome, and there's a lot of things to do, and I think that they've done a good job of explaining everything involved. But yeah, so going back to the website again, here's the farm. They show all the different pairs and the liquidity and the APR you get. I think these APRs are really great and really high, and I think that, like I said, this is a lot of different pairs, so more than what I've seen on other platforms. I think that's great. Obviously, you could stake Boo and give you the APR on that. Boo is their currency that powers this. So yeah, like I said, I think it looks like a great platform. I think it's super easy to use. I really like the documentation, if I haven't mentioned several times. I think them being built on the Fantom and partnering with Fantom for this, it gives them a lot of visibility. And I think it just looks like a very promising project. Obviously, do your own research and figure out if this project is for you. Learn about Fantom, learn about SpookySwap. But in general, I just think that it's very interesting. I think that, everything that they're doing and have done already is, it's just exciting for this project. And that they already put a lot of time and effort into this. And you should at least check it out and learn about this. And it looks like they have, if you look at the roadmap, it looks like they're trying to do all the right things. And it looks like a very promising project in general. I'm going to show you guys real quick how to provide liquidity within SpookySwap. So as you can see here, that I've added 2 ingredients. Again, this is the concept of SpookySwap. You're creating a potion, so they use the terminology ingredients. So ingredient A is FTM, which is the Fantom token. And ingredient B is Boo, which is the native SpookySwap token. So the first thing that you're going to do is when you hit supply, it's going to connect to your wallet. In this case, I'm using MetaMask. And so you just get this confirmation where it says, okay, click that I am allowing this transaction to go through, and says transaction submitted, hit OK. And then you know that you've created this potion from adding FTM to Boo. And so that's how you successfully do it. And you could click on the My Potions if you wanted to check all the potions that you have recently made. And you'll get a confirmation from MetaMask when this has been completed. So that's how to do liquidity. So next, I'm actually going to show you how to stake Boo. And staking Boo is, again, similar process, but it's a single token. And so essentially it's the same concept where I'm just staking Boo. Again, MetaMask is going to confirm. So you click the confirm button when you're ready to stake it. And then give it a couple of seconds for the transaction to confirm. But then you're going to stake your Boo. And in this case, you could see all the information, 330% APR, which I think is really great. And then a couple of seconds later, there you go. You're going to see how much has been staked at the current time. So there you go. And then you get a confirmation from MetaMask about your transaction. So that's how to do that. And again, if you want more details, you could obviously go to the documentation center in the bottom left corner to learn more about the process. Another thing you could check out is the analytics, and you can see the liquidity and the overall volume for the last 24 hours and all the top tokens. There's Spooky token right here. So if you actually look at all the tokens, you can see Spooky token, which is the symbol Boo, has a liquidity of 7 million. And obviously the volume in the last 24 hours, it's 9 million. And then the current price is $23.43. And you can see the price change here. But this looks really clean and nice. I actually think that this looks a lot nicer than a lot of other platforms out there. Very easy to use. You could check all the pairs if you want to try to see when you're mixing potions, which one you're trying to get. But yeah, I just think that this looks really clean, really nice, has all the transactions just in a very easy to see thing. So again, another nice perk of this platform, and I do think it's super exciting to keep learning about this project. So let me know in the comments what you think about this. But I'm going to keep my eye on SpookySwap, and you should too. Thanks, everyone.